Hey, spring 2020. We're out of the biodome. We're doing yard work. So yesterday I had the landscapers, or whatever you want to call them, out. They completely took everything out of this garden. This thing's been overgrown for a number of years. A lot of weird, holly and daylilies and just a random bit of stuff. We used to have a huge stump in here from a big locust tree we had taken out a couple of years ago, and wound up making a deal with them, and they wound up grinding it all out. So here's all the brush that we've taken out from the clean outs. So they pretty much cleaned out all the gardens in the front for us. So these are cut down. These are all comb flowers and ornamental grasses, and they just re-edged and put a new mulch in. These are my iris. They keep getting run over. Once they bloom, I'm gonna take them out, take them all out. A couple black-eyed Susans left. Yeah, once these bloom, I'm gonna take them out and put them in that raised garden, because people keep running over that. And then this one, we had the big Photina shrubs. We had one here, one on the edge, and a lot of other weird stuff. So they took everything out, cleaned it all, trimmed up the shrubs, and did the mulch along the house, cleaned everything out, trimmed up the rhododendron, just re-edged the gardens. We put in the phlox last year, which is starting to bloom. Some interesting colors. I remember getting the dark purple and the light purple. And the heather's not doing great. Our peach tree just finished blooming. It's kind of very pretty when it's blooming. Everyone's asked us what it was. And it does produce peaches. So and then they continued through here, cleaned up all this mulch, and then we had another big Photina shrub that was here. They actually wound up having to grind it out, which is why, since they had a stump grinder, I had them do the huge stump that was in that garden. And then I didn't have them do anything here because this is our big project. They cleaned up around the cherry tree that we have, which is should bloom in a couple weeks. It's getting there. And then this, we used to have a raised brick garden. It was probably about 2 feet tall, maybe a little bit higher. You can see pretty much where it went up to on the house. So it was about this height was the top of the garden. As you see, there's still bricks in the ground. We're going to use those as a foundation we're going to extend the patio with large pavers. And then the pile of bricks. So we got rid of 2 huge piles of bricks already when we took the actual garden down. These are what was in it. So as you dig through the dirt here, as you see, there's bricks inside where the garden was. It's not part of the wall, it's not another wall. They just basically, what it looks like, all the half bricks or whatever they used when they built the house, they just took all the bricks and threw them inside the planter, and it's fun to dig. So the idea is we're gonna put new shrubs where those orange marks are. So we'll have like 24 by 24 pavers along the edge, and we put pots on them, and then on the outside of those where these orange dots are will be shrubs. We're still trying to figure out what we want to do, and we'll incorporate some other plants, and then we're going to continue down here We're gonna make like a dry bed with the river stone. They take the runoff of the drain spout through here, so it drains out a little bit further away from the house. We don't know what these are. They are interesting because most of them are just all yellow, and then some are actually yellow and white. Not sure. Still got to look those up. But we're gonna leave those because they're kind of cool. We'll clean all this up, and then in through here we're gonna put which is right outside our office window. It's a hummingbird mint that I found. So we're gonna plant them. One there. I think we figured 6. You know, all through staggered. Through here, they don't get that tall, but there's a lot of variations of color. They bring hummingbirds, which is why it's hummingbird mint. And then we'll, you know, continue. We got the old shrubs that we cut down a couple of years ago. They came, took those root bases out. And then that raised garden that was in the front before they came. This was up by the rhododendron. We've had a weird whole bunch of evergreens that just popped up. It was probably, you know, birds dropping the seeds, and so I figured I'd move it back here, see if it takes. And then all the daylilies, they're all the tiger lilies. They're all back here. I figured, you know, there's not much behind the shed, and they'll reseed themselves and grow pretty well back here. They get a lot of sun. Yeah, we're not doing much in the back. We're still taking down the jungle gym, and then the planter that was connected to the house that we've taken out. There's a lot of grape hyacinths that we've been taking out. These are all the tulips, and they are just about ready to bloom, which is totally awesome. I got them out in time. Those maybe not so much. But the ones I did get out earlier, they should be a little bloom probably in a week. So you know, that's basically it. You know, the tub is we're gonna use as a planter. We're not sure exactly where we're gonna put it, but it's gonna be around here somewhere. And we still got to get all the grape hyacinths out because we still have a ton of them, and we have a ton of the bulbs that we dug out already, so we have a lot of grape hyacinths. And then these I got 4 different varieties of delphinium. So these are gonna go in that raised bed in the front, in the center, because delphinium get about, you know, 4 or 5 feet tall. So we'll put those in the center, and we have a bunch of other plants that are coming. Let's see how we'll put something together. Figure out the staggering of the blooms and the heights, and is always the fun part. And then the project we did today. And yes, that rock doesn't belong there. That rock used to be down there. That was from the Domino's driver who ran over my iris and dug out at least 20 iris, and then got this stone stuck between the transmission and the muffler, and dragged it all the way up to here, and I had to jack up her car to get that out. So it's still there because it's heavy. We're gonna get the bird bath we have, once all this craziness settles down. We're gonna get it powder coated. We're not sure what color yet. It'll be fun color, you know, very vibrant, and get it to stand out a little bit more. I have some of my iris that I saved that got ripped out. I'm not sure. And here's a couple of evergreens we pulled out. Some more ground cover. These are all coneflowers that are there. And then this was the big one today. We had the big, huge knockout roses. These things were, you know, 7-8 feet tall. One here was dead. And then we had these 2. We just chopped them down. There's new growth coming down the shoots. So they should survive. If not, you know, we're taking a chance and we'll see how it goes. But the intertwined in the knockout roses is the honeysuckle, which comes off the fence. So we're hoping we can weave the honeysuckle through the fence. So I've done this before with a trumpet vine, which basically is similar, to try to get this to basically weave and droop out of the fence, so it doesn't wind up looking like that. Because honeysuckle's nice flower, a very nice, fragrant smell. And then yeah, so this was the big one. We ripped all this out. We realized that we got all the dirt back to the edge of the driveway. We didn't even know this driveway, the part of the driveway, curved, because it's been covered for so long. Yeah, so it's getting there. So this is all the garden projects, and so just wanted to give you an update as to the quarantine landscaping. So but yeah, it's looking good. We got a lot more to do. We figured here, since we took everything out, we have a hydrangea that used to be years ago over there in front of the sunroom. We moved it over here, and it grows. It looks beautiful. It just doesn't bloom, but it didn't bloom over there either. So we're gonna try to put a hydrangea here and a hydrangea here, and see how it goes. Maybe it's just lonely and it needs a friend to get it to bloom. But before I do that, I'm gonna test the soil to figure out, for whatever reason, this comes out full leaves, looks beautiful, very healthy, just will not bloom. Yeah, we have a bunch of plants we're going in there, and then yeah, just finishing up that. It would be going a lot faster if we didn't keep finding all these bricks all over the place. But this is spring 2020 in the biodome. So thanks for watching.